Hey my friends, this is Aldie, and today I want to share with you 7 false beliefs about success. Look, I talk to people from all walks of life, from all over the world, and I hear their stories and I hear what they actually think about money, about business, about success. And I hear their excuses, so much so that I decided to put together this video. I want to share with you 7 ideas that they've shared with me that are completely false. And if you believe what I'm saying today and understand how it applies in your life, they will completely change everything you do. So here I come. The first false belief that many people believe is that you have to be smart. They believe that you have to be smart mostly in an academic way. They'll say something like, oh, well, I don't have my PhD. I don't have an MBA degree. But my friends, I'm telling you this. You don't need a college degree to be successful. In most fields, you don't have to be accredited. You don't need certificates. Now, I'm not going to say in every single field you don't need it, but in many fields, you don't need it. If you want to become a multi-millionaire, you don't necessarily need a degree to help you get there. There's no school that's going to produce a millionaire degree. You have to go out there and hustle for yourself. If you don't think you're smart enough, then you need to pick up as many books as you can. You need to learn from YouTube University as much as possible. And you need to apply yourself so that you can educate yourself on the highest level and become as smart as you need to be. Look, my friends, you don't need to have a 150 IQ score in order to win the game of life. Because what's really important is wisdom. Wisdom is more important than knowledge. And wisdom is knowing what to do with that knowledge. Once you have wisdom, you'll say, you know what? I know what to do. I know how to find knowledge. And you'll eventually go to the sources where you can get your inspiration and get your knowledge and use it strategically for the rest of your life. The second false belief about success is that you have to be younger or you have to be older. Because it works both ways. You see, young people, they want to be old. They say, oh, you know, if I was in my 40s and my 50s, people would respect me. And older people in their 40s and 50s and even in their 60s say, well, if I could just start over again, if I could be in my 20s or even my teens, I would have a much better advantage. Because if I knew what I knew now, back then, wow, the game would be completely different. But the fact is that you cannot go back in time, nor can you spring forward. Even when I was younger in my 20s, I said to myself, if I was in my 40s and 50s, people would listen to me, they would respect me, they would buy from me. But the fact is that age is just a number. It's not a determining factor of your success. You see, there's benefits for being both younger and older. If you're young, you have more energy, you're vibrant, you're ready to take action. And if you're older, you have more experience, you have more knowledge. You have more ideas that you know can be executed because you've seen the real world. You've experienced life for so many years. So don't ever believe that you're too old. Don't ever believe that you're too young. The world is filled with millions of people from all different ages who act on what they know is right. It doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is the action that you take right now. Time is of the essence. And if you use your time wisely, you will go to the best places, places you never even knew you could have went. The third false belief about success is that you have to have experience. You know, I talk to a lot of young people and they say, well, I don't have experience in business. I gotta get my feet wet. I gotta build my resume. I gotta go out there and get some gigs to see what other people might think about me. But my friends, it's very simple. You can only get experience by actually going out there and getting experience. You don't have to watch other people do something that you could be doing already. For instance, if you want to be a photographer, you don't have to follow around photographers before you get started. All you have to do is pick up the camera and take pictures. So many people spend time getting ready to get ready. And what I'm saying to you is this: you just have to take action right now. Say to yourself, do it now. Make it happen. You can do this. And I promise you, as soon as you assert yourself, as soon as you decide, you will begin to dominate. Because you'll realize that most people will not even recognize that you don't have experience. Just go out there and make it happen. If you have the right enthusiasm, if you have the right confidence, eventually people will be asking, how long have you been doing this? You look like you know what you're doing. I guarantee you that this will happen if you take action in your life. The fourth false belief about success is that you have to be lucky. This is probably the biggest one because a lot of people think that they were born on the wrong side of the tracks. They really believe that they were born in unfavorable circumstances. They believe that they were born to the wrong parents, or at the wrong time, or in the wrong way, or even in the wrong town. But my friends, I'm telling you this. It doesn't matter what you think about your luck. What matters is what you do about where you are right now. Because when it comes down to success, it doesn't come down to luck. It comes down to working smart. It comes down to working hard. It comes down to doing the right things at the right time with the right people. I've heard so many successful people say that the harder they work, the luckier they seem. The more favorable opportunity came their way. And it's very true because the universe works exactly like that. If you're able to handle the responsibilities that you have right now, even if it's just cleaning the toilet or sweeping the streets, eventually you will be upgraded. You'll get better responsibilities. You'll be surrounded by better people. You'll have everything working in your favor because you're working on yourself. You're working on your current opportunities, and eventually you'll be blessed in the end. So what I'm saying is this: it doesn't come down to luck. It comes down to working on your opportunities in the most strategic way, asking the right questions, looking for the real answers, and telling yourself the truth at all times, in all places, in all ways. The fifth false belief about being successful is that you have to have influence. How many times have you heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know? My friends, I'm telling you that that's a myth. It's important to know good people. But what I'm telling you is that what you know will lead you to who you know. Because if you're great at what you do, it will lead you to people of importance. It will lead you to clients. It will lead you to people who can take you to the next level. It will lead you to all kinds of opportunities that you didn't even expect. If you deal with the opportunities you have right now, the world will bless you with even more opportunity. So it's not about how much influence you have. Now I hear some people saying, oh Daniel, you've reached millions of people. You can't tell us that it's not about influence. But the fact is simple. I've reached millions of people because I started with one. I started with me. And then I worked my family. And then I went to the gym, and I went to the church, and I went to the school. And then I went around and I started giving speeches. And eventually those 10 people I was speaking to became 100. 100 became 1,000. 1,000 became 10,000, 100,000, and then millions and millions and millions of people. So I'm telling you that it works. It's universal. If you become good at what you do, if you practice the mechanics and you understand the fundamentals, eventually you will have the influence and you will begin to know the right people that will take you to the right opportunity. The sixth false belief about success is that you need to manipulate other people. There's so many people that believe, oh Daniel, he's only successful because he sold his soul to the devil. Or she's only successful because she slept with all those producers. Or this person made it because they sucked up to the boss and they did whatever they asked them to, even if it costed them their soul. My friends, I'm telling you that even though that may be true in some circumstances, it's not true in all circumstances. You have to understand that you have complete control of where it is that you want to go. What it really comes down to is your desire. If you know in your heart from the start that you were meant to play your part, then I guarantee you that your success will be a work of art. I'm gonna make it very simple for you. You don't have to abuse people to be successful. You don't have to see selling as a bad thing, because selling is actually serving. You're serving people when you offer them a product or service that they need. You don't have to step on people like they're a stepping stone. You just have to understand that there are people that are there in your life who might be temporary, that you will use mutually because they'll be using you too, that will help you get to that next level. You don't have to manipulate anyone that you ever encounter. Only foolish people believe that. What it really comes down to is love. If you love people in a correct way and you have the right intentions, you will have the right directions to reach the next level of success and explore your greatest opportunities. You never have to abuse anyone along the way. Opportunity is always in your path, and if you love people, more will be attracted to you. And the seventh and final false belief about success is that you need to have money. People say to me all the time, Daniel, this is the most important thing. You need money to make money. Donald Trump received a small loan of $2 million. That's how he got started. That's how he became a millionaire. That's how he got rich. But my friends, I'm telling you this. What really matters is what you're doing with the money you have right now. Look, there's a time in my life where all I had was a few dollars. But what I did with that money determined how I got to the next level. There's so many people that would have squandered that money away. In fact, the old version of Daniel Aldie would have just wasted that money. But there came a point where I said to myself, even though this is $10, I'm gonna go buy a book. I'm not gonna waste this money again on food. I'll starve if I have to get this book. And I did it. I made that decision. And then there was another opportunity where I only had $100. And I said to myself, I got to go to this conference. Yes, I can go buy food, I can go buy clothes, I could buy a half a tank of gas, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a strategic decision, and I used that $100 to get to that conference. Then $1,000 came along, then $10,000 came along, and so much more along the way. But what I'm telling you is this, you have to use the money that you currently have to elevate you to the next level. Most people get stuck between the $1,000 and $10,000 mark. They get stuck because they don't know how to get to that next level. They don't know anyone who's been able to get to that next level. And so you need to surround yourself with people who actually know how to control their money. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight up, no one actually knows how to control every single dollar that they have. But you can have control over more money than other people do. For instance, a rich person has millions of dollars because they've learned how to control millions of dollars at a time. A poor person can only control $10 because they've learned how to control that amount of money. And because they haven't been able to master the little money that they haven't been able to see $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000, let alone $1 million. My friends, if you know your money, you grow your money. If you take care of the money you have, you'll get much more money in the future. Remember that money reacts to your attitudes about it. It's looking at how you logically decide. It's looking at your emotional stance. It's looking at how you control your opportunities, how you respond to every single responsibilities that you have. And if you can understand exactly what I'm saying and take control of the opportunities, of the responsibilities, of the money, of your emotions, then more money, more opportunities, more responsibilities, and more success will trickle down your path. You'll have more than you ever thought you could have had before. I guarantee you this because I have experienced this in my life. There you go, my friends. I've shared with you 7 false beliefs about success. And if you like this video, comment in the section below. Share this video with someone who really needs it. Again, this is Daniel Aldie. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button because I look forward to seeing you on the next video.